Hey everybody. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to be talking about cryptids. What are they and where do they come from? A cryptid is usually some sort of mysterious animal-like creature that hasn't been scientifically proven, yet it hasn't been disproven. So it may exist or it may not. We will probably never know. The only real way we would know is if these things exist, because there's no way to be like, oh, they 100% don't exist, because they could. So the only end result of any of this is finding out, oh, they actually do exist, because maybe if somebody finds a corpse or actual evidence or proof of these creatures being real. Cryptids are studied by cryptozoologists, and cryptozoology is a pseudoscience subculture. Okay, so now I'm just gonna be reading off of my notes because I can't memorize any of this and it all sounds horrible. So, cryptids are studied by cryptozoologists. Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience subculture. So the difference between, say, a biologist and a cryptozoologist is that the biologist uses scientific methodology to identify new creatures and species, and cryptozoologists use things like folklore, tales, rumors, and things of that nature to identify the possible existence of these mysterious creatures. Cryptozoologists' main goal is to prove the existence of these cryptids. Cryptozoology is believed to have been invented in 1959 when a book was written by Lucien Blano, probably butchered that, called Bernard Hovlam's. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Master of Cryptozoology. And as the title states, cryptozoology was originally founded by Bernard. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce his last name again because I already butchered it. So when I was doing research, I tried to find like when cryptids like became a thing, like when people started believing in these creatures. Like it didn't really have like the cryptid name, but when people started to believe in the creatures that are now today known as cryptids. And the earliest thing I could find was around 300 AD. So, you know, it's been quite a while. They've existed for a really long time. Cryptids originate from countries and continents such as North America, Russia, Australia, Ireland, South America, Japan, Iceland, and many other places. Almost any country or continent has their own cryptids. So like some examples of that would be the Loch Ness Monster is from Scotland, and the Jersey Devil is from New Jersey, which is in America. So now that we've covered the basis of what cryptids are and who studies them, where they come from, now that we know all of that like background information, let's get into what creatures are considered cryptids. So one of the probably more common ones is the Bigfoot or Yeti. I live in Washington and everyone here is obsessed with Bigfoots or big feet? I don't know. Sasquatches. They're obsessed with them, and it's cool because I really like Sasquatches too. But it is odd just like moving here and just everybody just Bigfoot's on everything. But yeah, and if you don't know what that is, you know, it's just this large furry dude type creature with massive feet that wanders around the woods. That's basically it. And then Yeti is typically referred to like with like the abominable snowman, you know, like Sasquatch, but in the snow. So usually he's depicted as being just a Bigfoot, but he's white instead of brown, and he lives in the snow instead of the woods. And then the next one is one of my favorites, which is the Loch Ness Monster, which is just, you know, a monster that comes from Loch Ness. I don't know. I know that Loch means, I want to say it means like the type of lake that it is, but it could just be the name of it. I don't know. Anyways, there's this lake in Scotland where it's rumored to be that this big reptilian type dinosaur-esque creature lives. And then another one is the Mothman, but I don't know a whole lot about that whole like the folklore with that, but I would love to research that and then talk to you guys about it. And the next one is one that I know quite a bit about, which is the jackalope. I don't know where they originate, but where I'm originally from, which is South Dakota, they're obsessed with them. They are everywhere. Like essentially either they like don't exist, you know, or people haven't really found them yet, but is what people do in South Dakota, especially. I'm sure they do it all over, but primarily I feel like it happens a lot there. They taxidermy rabbits and then they just put horns and antlers on them. Usually they use deer antlers, but I have seen them use antelope horns. I don't know if antelope have horns or antlers, but regardless. So those look kind of odd, but it's basically just a rabbit with horns. And I think they're pretty interesting, honestly. I kind of think it would be really awesome if those did exist. I don't know, they might exist, they might not. Well, the world may never know. And the next one, super popular, super famous, the chupacabra. So I don't know a whole lot about the chupacabra. I think it's supposedly from like Mexico. And I've always pictured it as being this dog-like creature, but I keep seeing things that say it's a reptile. So I don't know, but there's a lot of stories and stuff that go along with that, and I would love to research that a lot more and then talk to you guys about that as well. I kind of want to do separate videos on each of these creatures individually, so if you guys want to see those, let me know and I will make those. The next one is the Jersey Devil. I've kind of done a little bit of research on this one because I had never heard of it until recently, and so I did quite a bit of research, and it's a pretty interesting story that goes along with it. And that one I'm for sure gonna tell on my channel at some point because it is super cool. Or not cool, but it's really interesting. And then next we have a goat man. So, you know, kind of devil-ish, but, you know, just like a half goat, half man type animal. So I feel like that does kind of overlap with some other things of being sometimes like satanic stuff or like mythological stuff. So I'm not 100% sure if the goat man would be considered a cryptid, but a lot of different things. Like I did quite a bit of research for this video. Quite a few websites and sources and everything did say that the goat man is a cryptid. Next one is the kraken. If you don't know, the kraken is just like this massive octopus that's so big it can like eat whole like pirate ships or something. I honestly don't know a whole lot of details about it, but I do know that it has been featured in quite a few different things. But basically it's just an octopus that's like massive. The next one is the globster. Now, I had never heard of this until I started doing research for this video. So essentially is what it seems to be as this glob, this mass of who knows what that just kind of washes up on the shore, and nobody really knows what it is, I don't think, but it's really odd. I saw some pictures of it and it's literally just like this glob, like that just washes up on the beach. And if I can find any pictures, I will insert them. Sorry if the pictures that are gonna be up here are like not good. I just don't want to pay for pictures, so these are just all the copyright free ones I could find. Next one is the hellhound. Now, I don't really know anything about the hellhounds, but I would love to research them and learn about them, and I've wanted to do that for quite a while actually, because I've heard a few different things and I have seen stuff about them on different like ghost hunter shows, so I'm super intrigued by that. So I'm gonna research that a lot hopefully, and then I'll probably do a video on that too. So honestly, I can't even say what a hellhound is because I don't know. The next one is a thunderbird, which I don't know anything about that either. I have never heard of that before researching this, but I feel like whenever I searched up for anything to do with cryptids, the thunderbird was always on there. So, and I do believe it does kind of come from around the South Dakota area, probably not South Dakota exactly, but probably around that area. So again, I'll research and then tell you guys more about it later. And then the next two kind of overlap, the Wendigo and the Skinwalker. Now, as far as I know, the Skinwalker and the Wendigo are essentially the same thing. It's just that they call them Skinwalkers down in like the southwestern part of the country, and then they call them Wendigos in the northeastern part of the country, I believe. I'm not 100% sure though. I feel like it does have a lot to do with like old like Native American tales and everything. And the Skinwalkers and Wendigos, I assume they're essentially the same thing, just the two different names or very similar. But they are super freaky. I'm not even sure. It's some sort of either entity or maybe it's a person or some sort of demon or something that can either like steal something's skin or shapeshift into something and then like kill you or something. I don't know. How I really got into that is I've seen stuff about that on different like ghost hunting shows when they are down around wherever the Navajo tribe, like wherever the Navajo is from. I don't remember. It's probably around New Mexico or Arizona though, I think. But anyways, so I've like heard about them. And so I was like, hey, let's research these because I think it's really interesting. So I feel like there's not a whole lot of information out there. Most of it is all just like creepy pastas and everything. So then I just got like for like a week straight, I listened to nothing but creepypastas about skinwalkers, and then I was terrified constantly. So yeah, I definitely am going to make a video about skinwalkers and wendigos, assuming they're the same thing. If they're not, I'm really sorry. But then I'll probably do 2 separate videos. I really want to start doing more kind of creepier type videos, more like dark, scary, mystery type videos, more videos like this. Although I've pre-recorded like 20 videos that have nothing to do with this type of stuff, so those will still be coming out for the next few months. But after that, you guys are probably gonna see a lot more creepy type videos, so if you guys are excited for that, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you have any other questions, ask me in the comments down below. As well as follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Galaxies and Gargoyles. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.